For the garlic mayonnaise, or alioli, the first thing you need is an egg. Now, it's important that this egg is fresh and also large, and it has to be at room temperature. So if you have the egg in the fridge, take it out at least an hour before. And a garlic clove we also need. Now, depending on how strong you like the sauce, you can put more or less. For the amount we're making today, I'd say about half. We'd use about half a clove. The next thing is the oil. Now, we're using olive oil here, but you can also use corn oil or sunflower oil, or any other oil that's not too strong in taste, so it doesn't alter the flavour of the sauce. It's important that the jug or bottle you use has a thin spout, because the oil has to be poured in a very thin stream. Well, the most important thing to make this sauce is the pestle and mortar. It can be of any material, marble, wood, but it should be big and solid to be able to make the sauce correctly. We can then peel the garlic clove, and as you can see in the centre there's like a little root. Now, this sometimes causes indigestion, and the best thing to do is to remove it, so garlic doesn't repeat on you. Now we just take the little root out. You see it's along there, so you can slightly indent it in a slightly different colour, so we just take it out. Now we cut the garlic into small pieces. Again, this is to taste, depending on how strong you like it. I've done a little more than half here. I'm just going to make a alioli with a bite. That's about the amount we need. And we also add 2 pinches of salt. Now we add a little drop of oil, about a teaspoon of oil. You see the oil there. And now we crush the garlic and mix it all up together. It's important that the garlic is well crushed so we don't get bits of garlic at the end. You see it ends up just like that. Now we have to separate the yolk from the white. Now this is just an ordinary egg separator. There's a lot of models on the market. It doesn't really matter which one you use, just to separate the egg. We crack the egg and there we are, all the white goes into the glass. We get as much as the white off as possible, and when the egg is well drained we put it into the mortar and we mix it with the paste we had before with the oil and garlic. Now we mix that in well till it's all mixed properly together, just like that. And now we get the oil. This is the most delicate part of the whole operation, because the oil has to start off with very fine drips, just like a raindrop. See the little drops, and you have to mix at the same time, watching that not too much oil goes in. You can stop if you think it needs mixing. The important thing that you don't get puddles inside. Now we carry on. You can stop at this point if you need to mix. You don't need to pour it all in at once. And now you see it's thickening quite nicely, and once it's got to a nice thickness, then you can start to pour it in slightly faster until it's a thin stream. Now with these special jugs, the oil cannot go in very fast, even if you tip it right up, because it's got such a thin spout that it's a very thin stream. Now what I normally do is I have a rest occasionally, because it does give you a bit of arm ache having to stir like this. But it's well worth it in the end. It's a delicious sauce that can go with any kind of meats and fish. Even on bread, it's an absolutely delicious sauce. So it's thickening nicely. Keep going. Have a rest if you need. You can even leave it for a while and go and do something else until your arm gets back to normal again. So when you do leave it, the best thing to do is to start off with the drips again. You don't have to leave it so long as the first time. But it is an idea to make sure that it doesn't get the puddles, which would then spoil the sauce. So we keep pouring until you get the desired amount. Sometimes you'll find that it goes up the sides and it's a little difficult to stir in. So what we do then is we try and get it from the sides back into the middle where we can stir it better. Sometimes there's actually an idea, if it really goes up the sides, is to stop and push it down like that with the pestle until it's all in the middle there. And then we'll have another break and off we go again with the drips to start and into the thin stream. Now we've got a fair amount here. I think we've nearly got enough. I'd probably say for 5 or 6 people, depending on how much you eat, that is. So we just finish off, and there we are, the real Alioli. Now, all we need to do is to put it into a serving bowl with the help of a spatula to get everything off the sides, like that. And there we have the Aioli with a serving spoon, ready to go onto the table.